In this video, we're going to replace the nylon spacers in the arms of the Perfect chair. The first step is to remove the pads from the chair and then recline the chair as far as it will go to provide access to the inner arm. Next, we'll use a 5mm Allen wrench to remove the 3 screws that secure the inner panel. And remove the panel. Repeat those steps then to remove the inner side panel on the other side of the chair. The next step is to loosen the 2 screws on the front leg by 2 turns using a 5/32 inch Allen wrench. And then we'll do the same on the rear.
Remove.
And remove them. After we've removed the rear leg screws, then we can pull the rear leg apart from the glide rail to provide access to the spacer. Next, we're going to reach up from underneath with a flathead screwdriver and pry that rear spacer and washer off of the frame. Next, remove the washer from the old spacer that you just removed. Just pry them apart. And then install that washer onto the new spacer. Be sure not to mix up the spacers because the difference is not that great. It's easy to get them mixed up. And now we're ready to reach up from underneath again with the new spacer and washer and install that into the hole where you removed the earlier spacer. It's possible that one of the barrel nuts into which the screws are inserted could fall out of the stretcher bar during this process. The chair's on its side here just so you can see this easily. So reinstall that barrel nut into the stretcher bar with the slot horizontal. And then you can install the screw, and then the screw will tighten. You cannot tighten these screws if the barrel nut is not in the stretcher bar. Now we're ready to reinstall that rear stretcher bar into the slot. Make sure it's a nice, tight, secure connection. And then reinstall the 2 screws to secure that leg. And then tighten the 2 front screws. And we're done with this side. And we can repeat the process on the other side, reinstall the pads, and we're done.